I'm going to start on this. You could type this on Google and find this. Master Auctions, by the way, was an auction site, I believe in Chicagoland, and they were involved in the hanky panky shill bidding, that is. All righty. Let me just read a few paragraphs and I'll discuss this. Chicago, the former owner and CEO of a sports memorabilia auction house, was sentenced Thursday to 20 months in federal prison for using phony bids to fraudulently inflate the price of his company's listing at auction. As the owner and CEO of Mastro Auctions, William Mastro and several colleagues placed fake bids to drive up the prices of various listings, a process known as shill bidding. Mastro also sold phony and altered memorabilia, including a Honus Wagner card whose sides Mastro had cut with a paper slicing machine, and purported 1869 Cincinnati Red Stockings trophy ball that Mastro knew contained paint manufactured after World War II. It goes on. He was sentenced to 20 months and he had to pay a fine of only $250,000. Yep, that's right. I did talk about Mastro, by the way, and this was a video 7 months ago where I was talking about PWCC. I see the comment by PG Kimberling. So you looked into him. Oh, yeah, I definitely did look into him. This was 7 months ago when I first found out about this guy. Unfortunately, I only found out about it 7 months ago. Did do a short video about this and PWCC. So yes, going back to a comment. Oh, you like the pump and dump. Okay, I see how it is. But yeah, so this is what happened in 2015. Okay, or he was sentenced in 2015. But if you look at it, he was doing this for quite some time. I believe between 2002 and 2009. Hopefully, I have the dates right. But yeah, there was definitely this hanky panky going on. So in 2015, this was a time when the market wasn't as hot as it right now. Right now, the market is much hotter than it was back then, and on top of it, you have many individuals also engaging in this fraud. Right, this is considered auction fraud. In Arizona, for instance, there was shill bidding going on, and just Google it on Google News, and these two companies had to pay a fine. I think of a 200 some $1,000s. I believe it went to the people that were affected by these auctions. And in Arizona, you have to disclose that shill bidding is going on. So I believe this is a state by state law that you have to follow. But regardless, this is not good. Okay. Yeah, I looked into him. The American Greed episode is legit. I did not watch it if it was talking about this particular instance, but yes, those episodes are definitely good. So going back to 2015, if they were doing this then, right, what are they doing now? And yesterday I talked about the feds investigating more crime and fraud, and some people commented, made some good points. Hey, look, I don't trust the FBI. I don't think they're going to do a lot when it comes to shill bidding or fraud, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Look at what happened with the PWCC incident, right? What did the FBI do? Okay, good point. The FBI does go after memorabilia that is fraudulent, that comes from overseas, that isn't licensed. So they do some things, but they don't go all the way, according to some people. Good points. And now in regards to Patrick Mahomes, this Panini, oh, my computer is going weird. This 2017 Panini Donruss Optic Patrick Mahomes Hollow Card Prism number 177 PSA 10. And in that video, the thing is that you had I'm looking at it right now, 9-0 review auctions, okay? 9-0 review auctions for this Patrick Mahomes card last month. And I talked about it in one of my videos, right? Even Dustin from Personal Finance Dad, he's been talking about this too. He's talking about shill bidding going on in zero cool cards, right? He said it's ridiculous, right? So it's good to see him talk about it. And Neil was talking about it. And if you see more individuals talk about it, that's a good thing. That will put pressure on maybe some of these companies to turn around. Now, regarding this 2017 Panini Optic Hollow Mahomes card, there were about 4 auctions that I noticed with 0 reviews, okay? and they bid it up to about $3,200. And some people will be like, who cares about that, right? That's a good point. Why do you care about Patrick Mahomes optic hollow card when you already bought it at 140 some bucks and you sold it at about 3,800 bucks? The reason is, if it's going on now, what happens when the market turns even further south? What's going to happen to other cards? So it's good to talk about it as much as you can to put pressure on individuals, companies that are involved in this industry. So regarding this Mahomes card, right, 4.0 reviews. And if you look at some of these companies that have comps, right, I'm very skeptical on comps. They still have some of these comps that have 0 reviews. For instance, I saw in Market Movers today, I believe one of the sales that happened 3 days ago was a 0 review item. And if it's a 0 review item, guess what? Um, guess what? With the 0 review item, it's going to show up as a comp. So people may think that the value of the card is 3,200 bucks. But if you look at it intensely, like I have been, guess what? It's not 3,200 bucks. It's more in the line of, I would say, 2,500 bucks based on legit auctions that I looked at in March. Now, when people see these auctions, they're going to be like, hey, it's 3,200 bucks. I better buy it at 3,200 bucks. I better send an offer. Those guys are going to get screwed unless Patrick Mahomes does really well this year, right? If he exceeds expectations, wins the MVP, wins the Super Bowl, then what I'm talking about is not relevant. But he's in a tough division. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill, and it's going to be much harder for him to exceed expectations. And on top of it, you don't have the stimulus checks, which artificially inflated the prices of checks. I mean, the price of cards. All right, let's look at some comments. Rookie Card Finder, BGS owner sits in jail at present for hanky-panky stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I heard that. Kevin Jones, all you have to do is review the most wanted list on Sports Card Radio. Yes, indeed. K Marks Cards, Gary Ponzi will be on the episode of American Agreed in the future. Well, you have to remember that a lot of people in sports cards that are engaged in the hanky-panky, well, nothing happens to them, right? The FBI hasn't gone after everybody, and there's definitely fraud. I mean, are people involved in shill bidding? Do they go to jail now? They just pay a fine, in my opinion. And PWCC was caught or was kicked off of eBay, according to eBay, saying that, hey, they were engaged in shill bidding. Okay. Yes, Mahomes pump, I'm aware. Oh, yes, definitely, in terms of the price of